Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're searching for the absolute ultimate, leave no stone unturned guide to expanding your career and boosting your income in North Dakota, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're breaking down exactly how to become a commissioned notary public in the Peace Garden State. I'm going to walk you step by step through this whole process, right down to the exact costs and requirements, so by the end of this, you're fully prepared to take action and build a truly successful practice.
So are you ready to level up your career? Because becoming a notary isn't just about, stamping pieces of paper. It's a legitimate professional upgrade. As a North Dakota notary, you get to charge up to $5 per notarial act, plus negotiable travel fees if you and the client agree on them in advance. But here's the real game changer. Getting this commission opens the door to becoming a highly sought-after loan signing agent, or even performing remote online notarizations.
All right, here's our professional roadmap for today. We'll be looking at 1. The North Dakota Notary Opportunity. 2. Eligibility and prerequisites. 3. The application and oath process. 4. Getting your notary supplies. 5. Ethics, training, and success. And finally 6. A summary and final disclaimer.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the North Dakota Notary Opportunity, exploring the professional benefits.
The tangible benefits of stepping into this role are honestly pretty significant. First off, state law allows you to earn up to $5 for every notary act. You can also charge a separate, pre-agreed travel fee, which is just a brilliant way to maximize the value of your time. Plus, this commission allows you to step directly into the real estate world as a loan signing agent, managing loan packages for title companies. And North Dakota also permits remote online notarization, or RON, meaning eventually you can notarize documents digitally from anywhere in the state. It's just a massive value add to your current resume and the perfect foundational step for building a profitable side gig.
Moving on to Section 2, Eligibility and Prerequisites. Let's see if you qualify.
To qualify, you've got to be at least 18 years old, a U.S. citizen or permanent legal resident, capable of reading and writing English, and you must have no felony convictions involving fraud or dishonesty. Pretty standard stuff, right? But here is the absolute kicker. Unlike states like Montana that make you sit through a 4-hour training course and pass an exam, North Dakota requires absolutely no mandatory state exam or training. Literally none. It makes the barrier to entry incredibly smooth for beginners.
There's also this really fascinating cross-border reciprocity rule you should know about. You don't necessarily even have to live in North Dakota. You qualify if you live there, sure. Or if you just have a place of employment or practice there. Even cooler, if you reside in a border county in Minnesota, Montana, or South Dakota, and that state offers reciprocity back to North Dakota, you can legally apply to be a North Dakota notary. You just have to officially designate the Secretary of State as your agent for service of process.
All right, Section 3, the application and oath process. Here is your step-by-step playbook. The flow here is super logical, so let's walk through it. Step 1, you've got to procure a $7,500 surety bond. This is totally non-negotiable. Step 2, you take your official oath of office in front of an existing active notary. Step 3, you log into the North Dakota Secretary of State's online First Stop portal, fill out your application so it exactly matches the name you're going to sign with, upload your bond and oath, and pay the fee. Then, Step 4, after you're approved, you'll get an authorization to go buy your stamp. Once you have it in hand, you just submit a physical stamp impression back to the state for final verification.
Now, I love transparency, so I want you to know exactly what you need to budget for this. The state filing fee is a flat $36. That surety bond premium we talked about usually runs between $50 and $100 for your entire 4-year term. The custom ink stamp, that's roughly $20 to $40. And paying another notary for your oath is about $5. So your total estimated upfront cost is anywhere from $111 to $181. That is extremely accessible for starting up a professional practice.
Let's actually pause for a quick second on Step 2, the oath. This isn't just a piece of paperwork. It's a constitutional duty. When you stand before another notary, you will swear or affirm. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of North Dakota, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Notary Public according to the best of my ability. It really grounds you in the serious official weight of the role you're taking on.
Moving along to Section 4, getting your notary supplies. Time to build your toolkit.
The state has some incredibly strict physical requirements for your stamp. It absolutely must be an ink stamp that leaves a clear, photographically reproducible impression.
Embossers are strictly prohibited for paper acts. The stamp has to have a border, your exact commissioned name, the words Notary Public and State of North Dakota, and your commission expiration date. But what's equally important is what you cannot have on it. No extra words, no extra symbols, and absolutely under no circumstances can you use a reproduction of the Great Seal of North Dakota.
So the crucial point here is understanding the difference between what the state legally forces you to do and what the experts recommend you do. The official ink stamp is mandatory. You literally cannot operate without it. The notary journal, however, that's an interesting story. North Dakota law does not actually require you to keep a journal for traditional in-person paper acts. But listen, every single expert strongly, highly recommends it. Keeping a detailed record of who you identified, when, and what document they signed is your primary defense if a notarization is ever called into question in a court of law. It's just smart business.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, Ethics, Training, and Success, How to Keep Your Commission.
Okay, there is a very common and honestly dangerous point of confusion for beginners, the difference between your bond and E&O insurance. That $7,500 surety bond we mentioned, it's mandatory, but it does not protect you. It protects the public from your mistakes. If a claim is paid out on your bond, you actually have to pay the surety company back out of your own pocket. Errors and omissions insurance, on the other hand, is completely optional, but it protects you. If you make an honest mistake and get sued, E&O covers your legal fees and the financial loss. Getting E&O is simply a no-brainer business move and a top tip for your long-term success. Let's talk about the rules of the road. Rule number 1. Always require the personal appearance of the signer. They must be physically in front of you or connected via approved remote technology if you have your RON authorization. Second, never notarize a document with blank spaces. Have the signer cross them out or fill them in before you stamp. Third, avoid the unauthorized practice of law. You cannot explain legal documents or advise someone on whether they should sign. And ethically, do not notarize for your spouse or on any transaction where you directly benefit financially. A great tip is to join a professional notary association to stay updated on these crucial guidelines.
Your commission operates on a very strict timeline. On day 1, your 4-year term begins at exactly 12 a.m. on the commencement date listed on your certificate. Do not notarize a single day before that. During this 4-year term, you have the option to apply to the Secretary of State to perform those remote online notarizations. Fast forward to year 4, you'll use that first stop portal again to renew your commission. And a quick heads up, when your commission expires or if you decide to resign, state law demands that you physically destroy your old stamp so it can never be used fraudulently.
Almost done. Section 6, Summary and Final Disclaimer, Wrapping up your roadmap.
To recap this rapidly, make sure you meet the basic age and residency requirements. Reach out to a surety company to secure that $7,500 bond. Take your oath, log into the First Stop portal, and submit your application along with the $36 fee. Once you're approved, buy your stamp, submit the verification, and then, above all else, always practice ethical, by-the-book notarization to protect your reputation and your livelihood.
Before you run off to take action, please keep this quick disclaimer in mind. The information in this explainer is up to date as of August 2026. Laws and fees can and do change over time. You must always verify all legal and procedural details and your specific personal eligibility directly with the North Dakota Secretary of State's official resources.
Which leaves us with one final exciting thought. What will your very first official act as a North Dakota notary be? Whether it's helping a neighbor sort out a car title or executing a massive real estate closing as a professional signing agent, you now have the exact roadmap to make it happen. I really hope this explainer was immensely helpful in clarifying the process and giving you the expert advice you need to get started. If you want more step-by-step insights on expanding your career, make sure to subscribe. Until next time, stay focused and keep learning.